Well, hello, everybody, and welcome here. So, we have a special guest here today. This is Tabitha, and she is going to tell you a little bit about some of her amazing gifts that she has. And so, first of all, thank you, Tabitha, for taking time out of your busy day to spend it here with us and just share a little bit more about yourself with us.
Thank you so much, Sherry, for doing this with me. I'm very excited to be here and to do this. So a little bit about me. My name is Tabitha, as you said, and I am the business owner of Tabitha Healing Center. And my specialty is actually tarot card reading and psychic. So everyone kind of knows me as Tabby Star, psychic medium healer and starseed. You might have seen it somewhere out there on the internet. And today we were just kind of talking a little bit about where I came from, like how I got my gifts and what I offer now. So I started probably around the age of, well, my mediumship started as a child. My family loves to tell the story about me and my siblings and my cousins playing in the backyard at one of our cousins' houses, and there's Tabitha, like over by the fence. Looks like I'm talking to someone, but there's nobody there. All the other kids are, playing on the swing set. And, the adults started calling me over. They were a little concerned, like, what are you doing over there? And I told everyone, 1 minute, 1 minute. So finally I come over to all the adults and, they asked me what I was doing. And I said, well, I was talking to the old man. And everyone said, what old man? And I said, oh, the old man. And I described somebody. And my aunt gasped because what I described was her father who had passed away before I was born. So there wasn't many pictures of him. Like our family immigrated from Greece. So there wasn't many pictures of him. I didn't even have like any knowledge or recollection of him. So my family went and dug out a picture and they said, is this the man you were talking to? And I said, yeah, that's him. I see him all the time. So that's kind of where my family realized, like, okay. And my whole life I've been, called unique, different, special. But I started reading tarot card about the age of 12. My mom, I guess, my mom's into spirituality and psychics. We are believers of God and angels. That's where a lot of my gifts come from. And my mom thought it would just be something like people had told her that I was gifted. So she was kind of looking for things to do with me, but didn't want me to feel so different from my siblings. So we did a lot of things together. We would go to psychic fairs, me and my siblings with my mom. And my mom enrolled me and my older sister in a tarot class. So I was only 12 years old, and we show up to this tarot class, obviously the youngest person there. And the gift really, really was my gift or my calling. I really excelled at it very quickly. It didn't take me long to like get my first deck. And I remember it was so exciting. Like I got to pick it out myself. It was a little erotic, actually. Now looking back, and my mom was probably like, "Oh dear," but I actually still have the deck today, and like I love to pull it out every once in a while, and just great memories for me. So that's kind of where I started. And then a couple years ago, I opened my own business where I was able to share my gifts and my healing abilities with others. So right now, my tarot sessions are probably what a lot of people reach out to me for guidance. They have questions that they need answers to, or confirmation or clarification. But I also do angel healing sessions where I work with the angels and energy and frequencies and crystals, and we work on actually physically healing people and giving them messages from the angels. I do work with crystals. My sister actually and we are very gifted in that area. My sister, maybe even more so than me. It's really, really her forte. And I know a lot about crystals. We were both told we were crystal keepers in a past life. So I do offer crystal readings as well, where we pick some crystals for you. And it actually gives you a pretty good read on yourself or what it is that you need to work on or heal within your body or your life.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh. I'm just like intrigued listening to these stories here. Like I feel like you're running me through like all of these things. So when you were when you were younger and you kind of you don't know any different. You just think like this is the way everybody is. And then, you start to realize or you're told from adults that this is very unique. Like you said, you're a little bit unique, you're special, but you just that's who you are, right? And you probably even today to this day feel like that's just who you are. There are so many people that are looking for confirmation for for their present, for their past, for their future. And I just feel like, from when I met you, like I don't even how many years ago now, maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, like there was something about your energy. And I remember just even my son had said to me, he's like, Tabitha's got like really amazing energy. So he actually sensed that, even though we had no idea. And I don't think when I met you, the same thing that I really knew you had these extra gifts inside of you. Um, I do have a very close friend who has very similar gifts that you do. So I know exactly, all of these qualities that you have. And if they're just left aside, and they're not explored, it's such a waste because I think you're put here to help so many people. So I'm really intrigued and just people need you. And our goal here is today is to make you aware and to share with you the services that Tabitha has to offer to you. And I highly recommend that you tap into just one of those services that she has and see where it leads you and see where it guides you. Now, Tabitha, if somebody wanted to see you, would they do it online or would they call you or would you meet up with them? How would you go about having a session with them?
Yeah, so a lot of people contact me via email. So tabithahealingcentre@gmail.com. And we can link that for everyone. So right away when you message me, my price list is there and the services that I offer, such as tarot readings, angel healing sessions, crystal readings, and in-person bookings. Because at this time, my tarot readings are pre-recorded for you. So the way that it works is once you've contacted me for a reading, and if you have any questions or a time frame that you're specific about, I will tap into your energy, and usually it's within 2 days after we've confirmed that we're doing a reading for you. You will receive a link, and it is depending on how many messages are coming through. It can be anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. And this is just a link of me channeling everything on that topic. So using the tarot cards, talking to angels, sometimes loved ones will come through for you. Sometimes they have crystals or they have things that they want to deliver and tell you. So this will all be in your private link that gets sent to you, and it's there to watch for as many times or as long as you want. Your sessions do not get deleted with me because a lot of people do become, repeat or they really enjoy the services and they branch out. So it's nice to be able, especially when we're talking about something like predictions. So I always tell people, especially if it's the first time with me, I'm like, okay, so some stuff I say might sound a little ludicrous, but that's because the future is a little crazy and we don't always know what to expect. So it's nice for people to have the option to go back and view their reading. So this format actually came out of the pandemic, a kind of a blessing there. And then I do in-person readings still. It's just my rate for in-person is a lot higher. The wait list is a lot longer. So people do like the viewable link where they just get all of this information and they can watch it as many times as they want. Forever, essentially. The angel healing can also be done that way, but sometimes that is done in like a Zoom format, like we have here. And then the crystal reading, same thing. It is done via like online, but if you want me in person, that is available as well.
Okay, that's awesome. And I know, like you say, after, things are much more accessible online now. And it is kind of nice to have that link where you can go back because you sometimes might get a reading to somebody and they're like, what is she talking about? Just because personally I have experienced that. You're like, what does this mean? And then, like 6 months later or down the road or even 2 weeks later, you go back and go, oh my gosh. And you go back and you listen to it and it all makes sense to you. And sometimes that can happen fast. Sometimes it takes a while for that to happen. But if you have that recording, which I think is a great, thing that you offer to people, to have that to be able to go back on and just, review things, because you probably will listen to it many, many times, because it might just not make sense to you at the beginning. And then later on, you can go back and go, okay, this is all making sense now. So yeah, I think that's fantastic. That's a wonderful, wonderful little asset tool you have.
And then they can also find me online, Sherry. I am on TikTok, so it's one of my biggest platforms. You can also find me on Instagram, YouTube. My name is Tabby Star, kind of across the board. It might have some numbers attached to it on some platforms, but usually, if you, especially TikTok, put in Tabby Star, and we might even be able to link it for people as well. But you can find me there, where I actually upload free content for everybody, and pretty much daily. So if you are in immediate need of guidance, that's somewhere I like to direct people. And it's also just like I hear people say great vibes a lot. Like I know you're very much like me. We are these bubbly people. We have a lot of energy, and I agree with you. I think there's people that kind of need that. We're here to share our gifts with people, and that's somewhere that they can go to find us and enjoy our pages and the energy that we put out there.
That's awesome. So yeah, I'm excited. So thank you for taking the time and sharing with us and offering these services that you have for people. I highly recommend you tap into this and just start with step number one and just see if it's for you, and just see if it's something that you resonate with, or see if it's something that's going to help just give you that confirmation. So thank you so much for joining us, and we will talk to you very soon, Tabitha.
Thanks,
Okay,
guys.
bye.